let's not waste time. You're here because you want one monitor to handle your Mac, your games console, and maybe your PC without it looking like you're trying to launch a spaceship. Well, good news. I've found it. This is the KTC M27T6, a crispy 27-inch mini LED 180Hz beast. It's really rare to find a monitor that's happy juggling my Mac, my PS5, and yeah, if you've got a PC hiding away somewhere, this thing can handle that too. In this video, I'll show you how all of that works, what else this can do, and a surprising revelation I've found while I've been testing this, and thanks to KTC for sending me this to try out this week. Firstly, a little reality check. If like me, you're rocking a Mac with a built-in HDMI port. Well, even though my MacBook Pro's built-in screen can serve up to 120Hz, thank you ProMotion, when you plug this into most monitors using this port, it gets capped at a boring old 60Hz. However, if you use the right cable with this monitor, or in my case, connected up via a dock, you'll be pulling 120Hz or potentially even higher on this bad boy. Now, I didn't think this would be so noticeable, but you can really feel the difference compared to standard productivity monitors and even against the mega expensive Apple Studio display. After I switched over from a standard 60Hz monitor, having 120Hz running from your Mac to a big display is like going from watching a flip book to a full-blown film. I wasn't quite sure how this would stack up as a productivity monitor given that this was designed for gaming, but the color reproduction is actually pretty awesome. The quantum dot technology covers 140% sRGB and 96% DCI P3 range, and this has made it really easy for me to use for various forms of content creation when I'm here at the studio. Now, when it comes to the PS5, actually, it's much easier. You just plug that in via HDMI 2.0 and it runs beautifully at 120Hz. I've been testing it out with Spider-Man 2 and trust me, swinging around New York at 120Hz is a whole different vibe. And by the way, this isn't any of that HDR ready nonsense, it's proper HDR 1400. That means you're getting explosions, neon lights, reflections, sunsets. It all hits beautifully. The blacks are actually black, thanks to mini LED backlighting, none of that grey, mushy stuff that you sometimes get on budget gaming monitors. And the peak brightness goes all the way up to 1400 nits, which kind of makes a mockery of the likes of the Studio display, which only gives you 600 nits. Yikes. Before we go on, here's my big revelation. FPS and Hertz are not the same thing. So FPS, or frames per second, is what your Mac or your games console is producing. Hertz, this is the refresh rate, is what your monitor is capable of showing each second. So if your PS5 is sending out 60 frames per second and your monitor can show up to 120, you'll still only see 60 because that's all the PS5 is sending. But here's the cool thing, even if your Mac isn't running games super fast, using a 120Hz monitor still makes everything feel smoother. So scrolling, moving through windows, even just moving your mouse, it all looks and feels so much smoother. Honestly, this is going to make me sound like an idiot, but this was a big aha moment for me, as I always thought FPS and Hertz were kind of the same thing. And the KTC monitor is packing a WQHD resolution, which translates to 2560 by 1440 output. That's also known as 2K, and it's become a bit of a gold standard for gaming monitors. It's better than standard HD or 1080p, but it's less than 4K footage. The trade-off here is speed for resolution, and I think it's a fair one. I usually have my monitor set up in front of a huge window, and coming from a glossy display, it's actually really nice to have all those reflections absorbed by this lovely matte screen. Now, I can't show you this setup with a PC because I haven't got one, but just so you know, if you have got a PC, this monitor can push up to 180Hz via the display port. And if you're a gamer, you'll know exactly what that means. Yeah. It means good times are coming. And let's also talk about why mini LED is a good balanced choice compared to standard LED panels or even OLED. Now obviously OLED is gorgeous, but it's both pricey and can be a bit risky. Burn-in is still a thing, especially if you're working with static toolbars, docks, or text editors all day. A mini LED display like you get here gives you that crispy contrast without worrying like you're going to wreck your screen after 6 months. Just a quick note on the build of the monitor itself. It's a piece of cake to set up. You just clip it onto the base and plug yourself in. As for adjustability, you're covered here. It tilts, swivels, it even swings 90 degrees vertical, perfect for coding, Discord, or doom scrolling. And yeah, it's got a cheeky RGB logo on the back with a few different options and also a breathing feature too. Plenty of different options for gamers too, including HDR, advanced color options, and overclocked rates for certain games. Now we've covered a lot of advantages so far. Let's talk about some potential downsides with this monitor. Well, firstly, there's no sound or speakers, but chances are if you're using this with a console, you'll probably have connected a headset, or if you're using this with a laptop, you'll probably be using some headphones or maybe some desktop speakers anyway. Secondly, it's relatively non-offensive to look at, but there is still a bit of a gamer vibe, especially from the back. Thankfully, you can turn those LEDs off if you want to keep things stealth. And finally, if you're really into high resolution stuff and you absolutely need a 4K, 5K, or even a higher resolution, this probably won't be right for you. But I've heard people talking about this magic 1440p resolution, and yeah, I'm definitely a convert. Consider me impressed. Well, is this the one monitor for everything? If you're on a Mac, game on a console, and maybe have a PC lurking around, yeah, I'd say this is a really great addition to your setup. If nothing else, this proves that you don't need to spend studio display money to get a really premium experience. If you want to grab one of these for your setup, I've left links to the best prices all down in the description. Meanwhile, I'm interested to know what your monitor setup is. What are you using right now for all your devices? And if you're interested in gaming, you'll probably like this recent one that I made on a variety of awesome gaming ready keyboards that you can try out. See you next time, folks.